Hello everybody, good morning, welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom, this is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel and this is your football update for Sunday 23rd of August. All of the main headlines for today, which will be dominated by the Champions League final. Is it bigger than the World Cup final? Probably not. Definitely the biggest game in club football though, although some South Americans might disagree with you. PSG versus Bayern Munich, and Infogol there you can see 52% chance for Bayern Munich there, have them as heavy favourites. They do look fairly unstoppable. That is Bayern's form since playing Spurs there on the 11th of December, where they've lost one and drawn one, and I'm not even going to count them. There must be about 25 wins in there. Looks rather similar to Liverpool's first sort of 30 games of this season, doesn't it? Outstanding form from the Bavarians. They look wonderful. That is what they are up against in PSG. The fabled front three there of Mbappe, Neymar and Di Maria. Can they create some chances and take some chances against what looks like a pretty classic team now, with a couple of players there, particularly Neuer and Müller, maybe Lewandowski as well, going towards all-time greatness status, and then a few with some very big potential, like Alphonso Davies, the fullback there. Bayern are strangely un-German in this regard. If you look, since the turn of the century there, they do have two Champions Leagues there. One in 2001, that's Stefan Effenberg's Bayern beating Valencia. Remember, Mendieta was the star player there for Valencia, latter of Middlesbrough, wasn't he? But they have lost in the final there to Mourinho's Inter, and then the crazy one in their own stadium against Chelsea. Normally, when we see the German machine get to the final, they do the business, but it took an all-German final for them to win there at Wembley in 2013, so it would be I think their sixth Champions League, tying them with Liverpool. Obviously Real Madrid way out front with 13 there. Very underrepresented in terms of France there. One finalist I'm seeing, Monaco there. Again, that's Mourinho's Porto beating them in 2004. You will remember Marseille winning in 93 with Deschamps. Basil Bowley, was it? I can't quite remember. Desailly? I can't remember. But it would be a first French Champions League win since 93. I believe if you've watched the Nicolas Anelka documentary, PSG would have been in the semi-finals around 96, 97. I'm sure we'll have someone way smarter than me fact check that in the comments. It's going to be a big one. It's my birthday today, so I will likely be watching bits and bobs of this whilst having a curry with my missus and her parents. So I will report back tomorrow with what's happening. The Harry Maguire thing ticks on now. So the Manchester United captain, England star, has been on a post-season holiday in Mykonos, having a lovely old time eating lobster and having some champagne by the look of it. But as ever with famous footballers and bars and football fans as well in the same bars and alcohol being consumed, it's not ended well, has it, for Maguire, who was charged. Some idea in some of the other tabloids. I've gone with the BBC report there just purely because they'll be a little bit sensationalist than the Daily Mail one and the Sun one I used yesterday. But some idea that there was some altercation involving his sister, involving alcohol and involving the police, and Maguire has overstepped his boundaries with the Greek police, allegedly, which is not good. The Syros prosecutor said on Friday that 3 foreigners had been arrested after an alleged altercation with police officers in Mykonos on Thursday. Violence against officials disobedience, bodily harm, insult, and an attempted bribery of an official. That's directly from the police, so that's a reputable source, you would hope. I don't want people's opinions on whether the Greek police are a reputable source, by the way. We'll keep our powder dry on that. Manchester United say, following the appearance in court today, we note the adjournment of the case to allow the legal team. Obviously, this is a now powerful, rich man in court, and powerful, rich men tend to do well in court in terms of getting themselves out of there, although it might cost him a pretty penny and possibly a lesson learned for Harry Maguire. Freddie Ljungberg, who you remember managed a few games for Arsenal in between Unai Emery and Mikel Arteta getting the job. He'd been the first team assistant. Well, look, let me just read his tweet there. I've decided to leave my first team assistant coaching role at Arsenal to progress my management experience. I've been involved with the club on and off since '98. Great player, Ljungberg. And grateful for the opportunities they've given me, both as a player and as a coach. I wish Mikel and all the team every success. Thanks also to the fans for their constant support. Be interesting to see where Ljungberg goes, whether he's got an iron in the fire there or something lined up. Certainly, as I said, a great player, and you know me, love a bit of narrative. That an Arsenal invincible and a double winner as well in '98, wasn't he? Or would that have been just too early for him? Maybe that was too early for him. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But look, certainly a great player. You'd have him arriving from one side and Pires from the other, with Henry and Bergkamp up front and Vieira and Gilberto coming down the middle. Just a frightening midfield and a great finisher and a goal scorer, Ljungberg. So we will see where he ends up. God, what's happening next at Charlton? So Charlton fans occupy the boardroom in protest at the Valley. So, I mean, the story of this is that Charlton's ownership's been a mess for years now. We all remember the tennis ball protests and other objects thrown on the pitch over time, let's just say, against Roland de Châtelet. That obviously ended in a relegation to League One out of the Championship, but they did find their way back under Lee Bayou and under de Châtelet with Bauer in that late playoff final win in 18-19. I was there. You can look on the channel and watch my match review of that and match experience. Last season, de Châtelet finally goes, and then ESI take over, and that's just a mess as well. Matt Southall into Hunima falling out. They then tried to sell to Paul Elliott, who completed the process of buying ESI, and then the EFL have said that he doesn't. I think there was 3 failures of the owners and directors test. Now you have a gentleman. Is his name on there? Thomas. His name's not on there, so sorry, I've forgotten this guy's name. Thomas Sand. Sounds vaguely sort of Danish or Scandinavian there. Charlton fan will correct me in the comments, but it looked like mainly around 80 fans. A peaceful demonstration gathered. Some entered the boardroom. Police attended the stadium. No offence reported. No arrests were made. There we go. We had a lot of protests in 2020. Well done the Charlton fans for actually doing a peaceful one when they said they were going to do a peaceful one. No, let's not get too political about this. Fans in the boardroom displayed a large picture of a £1 coin along with a banner reading "Our pound is bigger than yours." ESI, hashtag ESI. Let's hope they get that sorted out, because if any set of fans have gone through some interesting ownership issues, I know a lot have, and I know Bury fans and Wigan fans will tell me, and Bolton fans as well, Blackpool over time, but Charlton over the past 3 years, it's not been good, so we hope for their sake they get it sorted out, and we hope that all of our clubs have fit and proper owners and directors. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. You can support the channel there. If you're here on YouTube, like, comment, please hit the subscribe button. We're growing nicely. You can join the Benjamin Bloom Channel Fantasy League. Loads of people have signed up for that. Brilliant. What's the code? T5QBR0. You can listen to all of these shows as a podcast. Just type in the Benjamin Bloom Football Show. If you're driving or working or whatever, doing the gardening, mowing the lawn, and you're not actually watching, download the podcast feed as well. And that just gives you the option to not miss out on anything. If you want to support the channel, you can do so on Patreon. There's 2 tiers. The $3 tier, which is just basically a donation to help a fellow football fan hopefully make their ambition of doing this full time. The $5 tier will get you the Patreon-only Q&As and my Patreon-only vlogs. I did do a YouTube Q&A yesterday, and someone said, I thought Q&As were Patreon-only. No, there will be YouTube Q&As, but in the Patreon-only Q&As, obviously, I'll only answer questions from Patreons, and it's not a free-for-all, and anyone who happens to be on YouTube, and your question is guaranteed to be answered on there, so a bit of a difference. And if you run a small business, or a big business for that matter, and you wish to help me out and sponsor the channel or a series of videos on here, then send your inquiries there. Benjamin Bloom Music 2Ms at gmail.com. Right, thank you everybody. I should be back with a second video today, but as I say, it's my birthday, and we will see what transpires during the day and what Shaylee has planned. Although I think she's going to make a cake at some point, so I should be back on here later today. If not, I'll see you for tomorrow morning's football update. Thanks for watching. Over and out.